Hi ladies, how are you? I'm standing here on the street corner in Yerushalayim where we are renting an apartment for 3 months, waiting for our apartment in Mispeh Yericho to be done. And I am so struck by how wonderful it is to be surrounded by familiar names. For those of you who know me, you know that I am directionally challenged. I may know what Parsha it is, but I very rarely know where I am physically. So how wonderful it is for me to be here in Yerushalayim, surrounded by names of people who I know. Particularly for this week as we start the book of Shemot, the book of Exodus. So Shemot doesn't mean Exodus, Shemot means names. And all the names of the Jewish people who went down, Jacob's family that went down to Egypt. So the name that I'm standing by today is a street that is right near our apartment and is featured in this week's Parsha, which is the street of Tzipporah, who was Moshe's wife. Also in our neighborhood we have the street Rivka, and the street that's at the end of the block where we are living is Esther Hamalka, Esther the Queen. So I'm surrounded by Rivka, Esther, Tzipporah, all of these familiar names. So why do we like to be around names that are familiar? You might be familiar with the game that Jewish people always play, which is Jewish geography, that when you go someplace new and you meet someone new, the first thing people tend to do is to start saying, do you know this person, where are you from? And it gives us a sense of comfort and connection with the people who we are meeting. So I had that experience also this past Shabbos. We went to the shul that's near the apartment where we're staying, and I walked into a building I'd never been to before, went and sat down with a group of women, and it turned out that the woman in front of me, the woman to the side of me, and the woman behind me, that each of us, after we did a little Jewish geography, that they had names of people that they were connected to who I know. My dear friends from Houston, friends from Denver, the sister of somebody who used to live in Denver, the mother of somebody who was in our synagogue, who moved to Detroit. And within about 10 minutes, instead of sitting with women who were perfect strangers, I was sitting comfortably amongst the names and the people of people who I know and feel comfortable with. So it's interesting that as we start this book of Shemot, the names of the Jewish people, that we see again that the names of the people that we are named for example, that you had a Bubby, there was a Sarah, there was a Rivka, there was a Tzipporah, there was a Rachel. All of these names that connect us to our past, our present, and to our future. And these are the names that tell us about the lives and the stories, and when we find ourselves in their midst, we have a sense of comfort, connection, and continuity. Have a wonderful week.